Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Dump Matsumoto and Bull Nakano.
Take a look at that. Back down the hatches. They look like super heavyweights, Bill.
Check out this warrior.
That's one of the old warrior costumes of Japan, worn there by the first young lady.
Check out the hairstyle of the second one. Definitely Japanese punk.
Well, it could be a Greenwich Village somewhere down there in Tokyo, Jess. I don't know. They got some weapons with him as well. Gilberto Roman, the referee, will certainly have his hands full. Look at that. Come on, ref. Get some of those illegal weapons outside the ring. Dump Matsumoto's got a couple of, I don't know, licking sticks, I guess you might call them.
Nunchucks, I believe they're called.
Nunchucks.
Look at this. Look at this. Whoa.
No, the nunchucks are what she's using now, Jess. These other things that look like
oh, those are kendo
sawed-off
sticks.
kendos. They're
Kendo
really not
sticks,
the
yeah.
correct length for a kendo stick. Well, it's going to take quite a while to get some of that wrestling attire off. As the Dump has got a lot of it on. They both got to be, Jess, in the 200-pound range.
No, I'll tell you, they got a set of calves on them, Gorilla, that put yours to shame.
Yeah. Waiting patiently, Velvet McIntyre, ranked in the top 3 in ladies professional wrestling all over the world. Look at the kisser on that.
Gorilla, how'd you like to bring one of these two home to meet Mom?
Well, Mom would probably leave in a hurry. They are something else. The Japanese Devils. From the land of the rising sun, here to conquer all the competition here in the good old US of A.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Japanese and they're blonde Japanese. That's amazing. They definitely got the weight advantage.
Who's going to start here, the Bull or the Dump? Well, the Bull is going to start. No, the Dump is going to start. Look at all the writing on the legs, Jess. She's got her name on her leg in case she forgets. It says Dump right on there.
Well, I told her to do that for you, Monsoon.
Oh, my God. She's got bigger thighs than I had. Velvet McIntyre a little bit too quick for the Dump.
She might be the one you want to come out of retirement against, Monsoon.
Oh, jeez. Look at that nice back roll-up. Caught one of the tons of fun moving in.
Well, I'll tell you, she's big enough she could put up the John Studd challenge. I don't believe that they could slam
right.
her.
The Bull now tagged in as Dump takes a hike. And look at that unique hairstyle on the Bull. Bull Nakano from Japan. Nice arm wringer by Velvet. Really winding it up. A nice reversal there. And the Bull goes down, but look at the power in those legs as she kicked Velvet halfway across the ring.
Well, I'll tell you, they're not Playboy pinups, Gorilla, by no means.
No, they're not in the bunny category.
But they're not. But that's not what they're out to do.
Well, they're out there to wrestle. Standing top wrist lock now by Velvet. Dump looking to sneak in. Oh, the Bull with a handful of hair. And Velvet goes down and in a hurry. Look out, McIntyre in for the ride. Missed with a big karate shot. Velvet off the ropes, nice leapfrog over again. High cross body, sends the Bull down, 2 count only. And the Dump was upset, pacing back.
Wow.
Woo. Hair mare, we call that.
Yeah, that's a good name for it, Gorilla. Hair mare.
Velvet would do wise to reach over and make a tag while she's out of that range right now. You think that's done with some kind of a marking pen or something, Jess?
I have no idea, Gorilla. But
permanently tattooed on there or what?
I don't know, but Velvet McIntyre is definitely mismatched here weight-wise, and she's going to get shoved around a lot, I believe.
Well, she's going to have to use her quickness, her speed and agility. Want to be successful in this one. Wow, there's a good chance for her to tag. I believe she did make it. Linda trying to scoop Linda in over that top rope with a handful of hair. There she comes.
Oh,
The hard way. It would have been much easier to just step through the ropes had she been given that opportunity. Linda now in for the ride. Whoa, what a clothesline job. 240 pounds plus, just clothesline Linda Gonzalez. And the Dump is having a good time here at Madison Square Garden. Scoop slam. Drove her down. Where was the tag? Whoa. Cannonball off the ropes, but boom, missed the mark as Linda was gone. I didn't see any tag.
I don't know if there was a tag or not, Gorilla. I didn't catch it on our monitor. There might have been. I don't know.
Is Japanese rules or what is this? The Bull now going to work on Linda Gonzalez.
It might have been a tag by proxy.
Yeah.
That's what I like to call it.
And they don't speak any English. At least I haven't heard any yet. Down for the cover. Linda kicks out on one. And the Bull complaining about the slow count. How about the hair pull? Not complaining about that. Gilberto Roman doesn't have a clue as to what to do in there.
She's been watching the body.
Yeah, that's one of your favorite moves, Jess.
My films must have got to Japan, Gorilla.
I'm sure they did. Got some other writing on that size 30 thigh that I can't quite make out other than Dump.
You know, Dump would make a good partner for Ted Arcidi, I think. She might be able to bench right with him.
Maybe so. Look how Linda making the rollover. Didn't quite make it to her own corner, though. Blatant choke. Come on, Gilberto. Give me a break. Look at that face. The back of the Dump. Big piece of property there. Linda in a whole heap of trouble here. Needs desperately to make a tag. Well, there's a legal tag. First one I see by that pair. And now the Dump is going to try to dump some more onto Linda Gonzalez. Look out. Whoa. Thought she was going to give us one of Corporal Kirchner's moves.
I did too. She basically just threw her off a different direction right there.
Wow, forearm right between the eyes. Linda needs desperately to make a tag to Velvet here. This thing is going to be over.
I'll tell you, McIntyre and Gonzalez are giving up a lot of weight. Now that should be an illegal tag right there.
Oh, the referee didn't see it anyway.
Well, not only that, but Velvet McIntyre's feet were not on the mat. You can't be standing on ropes when you make a tag.
Well, there was no tag made here on the other side as Gilberto Roman was so intent on getting Velvet out of the ring that he didn't see what else was going on. And Linda, a whole heap of trouble, hard into the corner. Double kick gets her out of trouble for a minute. That would have been a perfect time to tag, but she chose not to. And the Bull just did the splits.
She needs to make a tag here.
Well, those kind of maneuvers are not going to work.
Beautiful right hand there.
They're so overpowered that trading blows with these Japanese girls is just not going to work. You got to go to these scientific kind of wrestling and do it. Well, she didn't have her feet on the apron that time either, but Gilberto doesn't go wrist lock from a wristwatch. The Bull now going to work on Velvet. That is completely illegal, Jeff. The referee's not even
Look at this. Look at this.
Was there a tag made there?
Wow. Wow.
Look out below. Cannonball Express off the second turnbuckle from the inside. The Dump really dumped on Velvet.
I bet the Dump doesn't miss too many rice meals, does she?
She looked like she didn't miss too many meals. There's another tag made.
No, missed the tag. Missed the tag.
Made that one, but the referee didn't see that one either.
Hey, these Japanese, they've obviously tagged up on many occasions, Gorilla. They got great tight tag team psychology in there.
Well, it's not hard to have great tag team psychology when you got a referee in there that doesn't know how to handle tag matches. If it sounds like I'm on Gilberto's case, it's because I am.
Why? He's doing the best job he can.
Yeah, well, that's not good enough for me, Jeff.
He's got 4 bodies in there, and these Japanese girls are very good at hiding what they're doing.
Bull now going to work on the left arm and shoulder of Velvet McIntyre, one of the premier wrestlers in the entire ladies wrestling world. Velvet's not going to. Look at this. Oh, well, what is he doing now, Jess? What's the referee doing now? Nothing. Give me a whoa. Double clothesline. What's this, a handicap match? Look at, he's just walking around like a goof. Look out, high cross body got caught and dumped. And look at him. He hasn't yet tried to put one out.
I think maybe he's afraid of him, Gorilla.
Well, maybe he is. Should have his license revoked.
Come on, 1, 2, 3, right there.
A lot of pain being shown on the face of Velvet McIntyre as the hair pulling has been atrocious in this match. No tag here. Doesn't matter really. Velvet with a 1-foot drop kick catches her right underneath the chin. Bull looking around. And Linda comes in with a drop kick, catches her once more. You don't want to do that, Linda. You don't want to trade blows with her. Another drop kick.
Drop kicks. Now we're getting a little turnabout fair play. Maybe Gorilla. Velvet got in there for just a split second. If I were them, I'd come in and double team now.
Sure, referee's not going to disqualify anybody in this match. Double drop kick as the Bull goes down hard but makes the tag to the dump. And now the dump in. And Velvet with a whip in on her. Nice drop kick. Caught her solid. And the tag made. Bull's out, dumps in. Hard to keep track of these two. Caught her right on top of the head. Just a grazing blow, but enough to send her down. Once more, slingshot in. Whoa. Didn't miss with that one. Clothesline City. Just dumped Gonzalez. There's that fireman's carry again. What's she going to do with it this time? Airplane spin? Yes. Kind of a slow. I wouldn't want to take off on that flight. Dumped her down. Look at that. Ooh, down for the cover. 240 pounds. It's over. Victorious on their debut here in Madison Square Garden. The Dump and the Bull, the Japanese Devils.
I don't want you, Gorilla, running up and asking for a date now.
Oh, God, give me a break. Let's go to Howard.
Dump Matsumoto and Bull Nakano.
This contest, a non-title match scheduled for one fall. Entering the ring with her manager.
Bull Nakano, ladies and gentlemen, making her debut on Monday Night Raw. Unquestionably, a lady who has dominated women's wrestling in Japan, Bull Nakano, in a non-title matchup to square off against Alundra Blaze. The WWF Women's Champion non-title will be back. We are back and we are live and we are on Monday Night Raw. And you're looking right there, ladies and gentlemen, Luna Vachon in the background, and that's Bull Nakano. And yes, here she comes. The WWF Women's Champion. Look at everybody up on their feet. Out of respect for this extraordinary athlete, Alundra Blaze. What a competitor. Alundra Blaze. And she looks determined here tonight. This non-title matchup against Bull Nakano. What do you know about Bull Nakano, Randy?
Vince, do me a favor, will you, right now? Slap me across the face a couple of times. I'm still mystified on that match we just seen.
Wow, that was a slap right there. Wait a minute. Look at that maneuver. Bull Nakano taking it to Alundra Blaze.
Look at the size difference.
Bull Nakano, as we stated before, has dominated women's wrestling in Japan for a number of years, and here she is in the World Wrestling Federation. Nice maneuver on the part of Alundra. Alundra setting up Nakano. No, reversal now. Coming off the rope. Oh, so downstairs goes Nakano. Bull Nakano brought to the World Wrestling Federation Federation. Oh my, oh, did you see that?
That was more than 360. I can't add any higher than that.
Luna Vachon brought Bull Nakano to the WWF to do what perhaps Luna Vachon could not do, and she's doing it. She's dominating Alundra Blaze.
I wouldn't know what part of the body Alundra's hurt because it looks like them all were hurt.
Oof, look at the size of Bull Nakano. Nakano with Alundra Blaze. Look at that, wait a minute. Nice maneuver, excellently done. And 1, 2, and... Oh,
I can't believe Alundra did that to that big a woman.
that was an amazing maneuver. Alundra Blaze, yes, going high with a side kick, nicely done. Alundra Blaze, who uses all of the martial arts to her advantage. Coming up and missing, going a little high on, right into the throat area.
What kind of a hole they call that in Japan?
That's a good, look at this.
Clothesline with no place to go. Alundra pinned against the ropes.
Bull Nakano. Completely in control at the moment.
That can't be good for Alundra's makeup.
Speaking of makeup, you see the makeup on this Bull Nakano?
I call her Bull Nakano.
I wonder if Bull Nakano was recently in that film. Wait a minute, count up 2 there.
What film is that?
Mask. Jim Carrey starring in Mask. Ooh. This is unbelievable. Look at the girth, the size of Bull Nakano.
I think Bull Nakano's eyeliner's a little off or something.
Yeah, that might be the only thing that's off. Look at this. Talk about the aggressor.
Alundra's all shook up. Look at that, slap to the face.
Another one. Luna Vachon, very, very proud of herself, bringing Bull Nakano to the World Wrestling Federation. And Nakano wasting no time and going after Alundra. Trying to hook her in the ropes there.
We saw what she was trying to do. That was a good view from the camera right there.
Snaps her right back from the far side now, and Alundra Blaze in trouble.
Smart enough though, when she didn't get it, she went to plan B right away.
Blaze being set up by Bull Nakano. Wow, what a pole driver that was. And this could do it. It's a good thing the title isn't up for grabs. Oh, wait a minute. Did you see that? No, I really question the wisdom of snapping up someone like that when perhaps you could have had a count of 3.
I can't believe Alundra
Blaze. Here it comes, and maybe this is why. 1, 2, and... Wow. That's just about as close as...
some credit there.
Yes. Bull Nakano. Unquestionably the aggressor here against Alundra Blaze. And, wait a minute, Blaze from the far side. Look at this. We're trying to get a big girl down to him. No. Well, Alundra Blaze, just when you thought you could count her out of this matchup, she's right back in it.
That's what makes her a champion.
Missing with that drop kick right on the spinal area. And a scoop and a slam with authority. Bull Nakano to the outside. This is what she's noted for. Watch this, she goes to the top.
If she hits Alundra,
no. And she connected with that, it would have been all over. Suplex 1, 2, yes, she doesn't.
Bull Nakano is the first one ever to kick out from that. Alundra Blaze's #1 hold.
Elbow striking the side of the head, and nice maneuver by Blaze. 1, 2, and she doesn't.
What a match.
So close. Wow. Talk about 2 tremendous athletes here in the World Wrestling Federation. Alundra Blaze and Bull Nakano. We talked about the new generation before. It just gets better and better, and the competition tougher and tougher.
I don't think the ring's gonna hold her.
Drop kick from the top rope to the outside.
What happened?
Wait a minute, Blaze is going up. She's going all the way up. To the outside. Unbelievable.
I'm impressed.
A flying body press from the top rope to the outside. Bull Nakano. Oh, no. And Nakano just turned it right around.
I think we got 2 female, 1, 2, 3 kids here.
Wow. Look out. Here she comes. No. A back body drop by Alundra Blaze. And
I don't think she made the bell.
no, apparently not.
all that action on the
Ladies
floor.
and gentlemen, referee has counted both women out of the ring and rules this bout a double countout.
Well, a double countout. Both women on the outside hammering away. The first time they have met here in the United States.
Teo Alondra
And I don't
looks
believe it's going to be
disappointed.
the last, however, Randy Savage.
Not even, because it's not
Wait a
much
minute.
Luna
Wait a minute. Coming in from behind. Turn around, Alundra.
Turn around.
Turn around, Alundra. Oh, come on. First, Razor Ramon gets it here tonight. Oh, wait a minute. What a slap. Alundra Blaze. Hammering away on Luna Vachon. Luna Vachon at her protege. Bull Nakano and Luna Vachon on the outside.
Can't fight, can't fight.
Oh, baby.
About ready to come down the aisle.
Well, here she comes, ladies and gentlemen.
By her manager, Luna Vachon, from the land of the rising sun, weighing 220 pounds, Bull Nakano.
Did you hear that, Macho Man? 220 pounds.
From New Jersey, weighing 123 pounds, Heidi Lee Morgan.
Go get him, Heidi Lee.
Heidi Lee giving away a lot of weight here, about 97 pounds, as a matter of fact. Heidi Lee was in the finals of the WWF Women's Tournament, won by, of course, the current and reigning WWF champion, Alundra Blaze, who will meet Bull Nakano at SummerSlam exclusively on pay-per-view.
Well, I'm definitely for Heidi Lee Morgan here, because earlier today I tried to ask out Bull Nakano and Luna Vachon on a double date, and they refused me.
Well, that would have been quite an experience, but
I was looking forward to it.
maybe you got a break. There is the deranged one, Luna Vachon, and look at the size of Bull Nakano, who began training for the professional mat game when she was 12 years of age.
Look at this move by Heidi Lee Morgan.
1, 2, and how embarrassing would this be for Bull to be upset, and I would consider it an upset here tonight on the Sunday Night Slam.
I wouldn't have been upset. I would have been very, very happy.
Oh,
Look at these
nice
moves.
Short arm scissors by Heidi Lee Morgan. Nice takedown of the huge Bull Nakano.
That was a good-looking move by a good-looking girl.
Luna Vachon on many occasions tried to wrestle the WWF Women's Championship away from Alundra Blaze. And we found out on Monday Night Raw. As a matter of fact, I had the opportunity to talk to the WWF Women's Champion when we found out it was Luna Vachon who was responsible for bringing Bull to the USA.
Absolutely, and now Bull Nakano's got a beat on Alundra Blaze, and Luna Vachon is definitely handcuffed by the situation.
Bull Nakano, with a hair, taking down Heidi Lee Morgan. You know, Alundra Blaze, Macho Man, said that Bull could probably beat most of the men here in the WWF.
Yeah, I take offense to that. I know I could beat Bull Nakano at least 2 out of 3 falls.
Well, I don't know about that. I'll tell you something. This is a very powerful athlete. As I mentioned, she started training for professional wrestling at the age of 12. She already weighed over 150 pounds at 12 years of age and was known in Japan as a real athletic prodigy. She is a major superstar in the land of the rising sun.
Well, I didn't know that. Maybe I could beat her 3 out of 5 then.
Look at the strength. Awesome strength from this huge woman. And her, I'll tell you something, because she is so large, don't think that she doesn't have a
I'm worried about Heidi Lee right now.
Well, it's over. 1, 2. Oh, Heidi Lee got the shoulder up. I think Bull could have pinned her right there if she would have really wanted to. This may be just a message sent directly to Alundra Blaze, who we know is watching this broadcast here tonight. Both feet together here. Turns Heidi Lee over. This is a version of the Boston Crab here.
Get that girl a chair. That's going to hurt Heidi Lee Morgan's back for sure.
Look at the angle that Heidi Lee's body has contorted thanks to the power of Bull Nakano.
Luna Vachon running around the ring, smelling victory.
She's using all 220 pounds to her advantage, and the hyperactive Luna Vachon is going a little nuts there on the outside. I tell you, maybe Alundra Blaze should try to find a Walter Payton. Looks like a sharpshooter. Looks like Bret Hart's sharpshooter there. She's trying to go for.
I'll guarantee you one thing, the hitman Bret Hart, the master of the sharpshooters, coming up in just a little while. Don't go away.
He'll be talking to our colleague Ray Rougeau. Look at this maneuver. Oh my! She's got her built like a pretzel, and I quite frankly don't know what to call this maneuver.
Please give up, Heidi Lee Morgan. Please give up.
Heidi Lee's legs are grapevine, and then she was pulled backwards, just showing you the unbelievable power. 1, 2.
What happened there? It just took her foot off or what?
She wants to punish Heidi Lee Morgan some more, does Bull Nakano.
They're going to have to take Heidi Lee Morgan out of here in 2 cars.
Bull's got on more make. Oh, keep her eye on Luna right here. Oh, gosh almighty. Luna Vachon with a, oh, look at that look. That's a look of evil.
That's the look of love. Love and hate are a real fine line, though, let me tell you.
Man, I'll tell you something. This is a dangerous predicament for Heidi Lee Morgan to be in. And here comes Luna once again, grabbing Heidi Lee by the hair and tossing her in the ring right back into the fire.
Is it too late to predict that Luna's going to be a factor in this match?
I don't think so. And obviously she's been a factor here, but how much of a factor will she be come SummerSlam?
I'd say Alundra Blaze's World Wrestling Federation Women's Championship is definitely in trouble right now after seeing this Bull Nakano.
Another submission maneuver applied by Bull on Heidi Lee Morgan. And look at Bull, she's biting her ref. That's grounds to break the hold.
Either that or we got to get her a pizza.
Yeah, Domino's delivers to Bull too. 1, 2. Well, she has some very unorthodox offensive maneuvers. 1, 2, again.
Tell you, they get too complacent in there, she could end up getting pinned by Heidi Lee Morgan.
Look at her biter again. 1, 2, 3.
I think she needs a glass of water with her meal. What do you think?
Well, she needs to understand the rules of the WWF. And I think Luna has been very proficient and a very good teacher in teaching Bull Nakano how to break the rules. Another 2 count, but she can roll her shoulders off at any time. Could Bull Nakano. Irish whip in. Heidi Lee tried to catch her. And Heidi Lee up and over, got it down.
Come on.
2.
I would have given anything to see Heidi Lee Morgan beating the Bull Nakano right there.
Nice hip lock takeover. Good drop kick.
What a drop kick.
Heidi Lee's got to take some chances.
Call air traffic control right now.
Heidi Lee up on top. Going for the crossbody. 1, 2, 3, no. 2.5. So close. That may be what Alundra Blaze has to do. Take a lot of chances to retain her title against Bull Nakano.
I think the fact that Heidi Lee Morgan's outweighed by 753 pounds is going to be a factor too here.
Well, 97 pounds to be exact. Good suplex there by Bull. And you know, when she met Alundra Blaze in that non-title matchup on Monday Night Raw, it got so wild they went outside. Both ladies, I think, were disqualified or counted out, if my memory serves me correctly. Boy, this could be dangerous right here.
I got a bad feeling right now.
Bull on top. There it goes.
Did you hear that noise?
220 pounds. Man alive, what a matchup it's going to be at SummerSlam, without a doubt. The greatest challenge ever for the WWF Women's Champion when she meets Bull Nakano.
Gentlemen, the following contest, scheduled for 1 fall, is for the World Wrestling Federation Women's Championship. About to approach the ring,
You're going to see, ladies and gentlemen, a tremendous matchup here.
Luna Vachon from the land of the rising sun, weighing 220 pounds, the
Chicago in this brand new, beautiful United Center to take the WWF Women's Championship from Alundra Blaze. And Bull Nakano bringing into the ring, I believe, some nunchucks, so we are told.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if she would care to bring them over here and give you a demonstration.
Look at her.
There they are. Nunchucks. Uh-oh.
I'd call her a woman of size.
Luna Vachon bringing Bull Nakano to the World Wrestling Federation. Doing what Luna could not do, or at least hoping she's going to. And here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Tampa, Florida, weighing 140 pounds, the World Wrestling Federation Women's Champion, Alundra Blaze.
All right. Alundra Blaze. Take a look if you would. What a competitor. What an athlete.
What a face. I've heard a face that can stop a clock. That face can stop Switzerland.
Now, wait a minute. You could term this a battle between the Beauty and the Beast, considering Bull Nakano's look.
I agree. She's beautiful.
And of course, you will recall that they have met before here in the World Wrestling Federation, Monday Night Raw in the non-title matchup. It was a double countout, the official result.
Yeah, but you got to
Look at this, wait, look at this. The Flower Girls.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
That's very, very nice.
Double.
Wait a minute. Luna Vachon resorting to her old tactics. Alundra Blaze against Bull Nakano. This should be an outstanding matchup. Alundra, a consummate athlete in every respect, taking nothing away from Bull Nakano, who obviously has a decided weight advantage, Jerry Lawler.
And wrestling ability advantage. You
that
saw
remains to be
that
seen.
last match that you talked about. Bull Nakano proved right then that she deserved not only this match, but the title.
She didn't deserve the title, obviously. She has to win the title.
Well, I think she proved that she was the better wrestler.
Oh, look at this. Here's the buck. And back out. Look at that.
What I like about Bull, she doesn't waste any time.
None whatsoever. But from behind. And a drop kick to the midsection. Maybe another one. No, yes. Oh, she missed with that one. A bit of a telegraph maneuver there on the part of Alundra Blaze. And Bull Nakano with Alundra Blaze by the hair. Oh! Whoa! That is one of Bull Nakano's favorite moves. Uh-oh, she's going to go for it again, I think. Look at it. Yank of the hair and spin. The back this time.
You got to admit, that's impressive, isn't it?
It's impressive.
Alundra Blaze lands right on her stomach and her face, and now the back of her head.
Bull Nakano has come to Chicago to make history. Bull Nakano wants to be the WWF Women's Champion. And Luna Vachon looking on. Luna had an opportunity to be just that, the champion, and failed. Oh. So Luna brings in this monstrous competitor to cover. One, two. No.
Look at Bull's hair. That's cool, you got to admit.
It's what?
Her hair is cool.
I'd like to see yours done up like that with the crown on top.
She may be kin to Don King.
I don't believe so, no. No relation.
Same hair.
All right, watch the hands wrap up, getting around the eye area. Luna Vachon looking on as we are as well. Alundra Blaze reaching for the rope.
Oh, look.
And
Looks
she
like
succeeds.
Trigger, count to three. Come on, Bull, look at this.
Come on, ref, get in there with that. Come on.
I think Bull doesn't like Alundra's hair. She's doing everything in her power to pull it out.
Bull Nakano. Thus far, pretty much 1, 2, look at that. What an arrogant way to attempt to pin someone. She may regret that. Blaze now.
Oh, whoa!
How about that? What a takedown! 1, 2. Alundra Blaze with Bull Nakano coming off the rope. And Alundra Blaze, yes, connect! Blaze now with momentum. Bull Nakano underneath that end. Uh-oh. Look! Come on, ref, that's a blatant chokehold. That's a blatant chokehold. Back to the canvas. Alundra Blaze had a little momentum going there for herself, but unfortunately, Bull Nakano has stopped it cold. And I believe the shin right on the throat of Alundra Blaze.
Well, you can see everything, can't you, McMahon? I didn't see that.
And trying to get her over for a Boston Crab.
I think she's got her. Oh, one-handed.
Alundra Blaze hanging on.
That is power right there.
Alundra Blaze attempting not to submit in what obviously is a very, very painful hold.
Listen to these fans, McMahon. What a way to welcome a visitor to our great country. Making her feel unwelcome.
Blaze inching over toward the rope. That's her only hope. And Nakano with that weight advantage, walking back, trying to keep all the weight in the small of the back of Alundra Blaze. Inches away from the rope.
What kind of champion is she?
Alundra Blaze determined to make it to the rope, and she does. Nonetheless, you can bet that took its toll on Alundra Blaze.
Oh, yeah.
A hard forearm to the back area.
That's where Bull needs to go to work now, on the back.
What competitors here in the World Wrestling Federation?
Oh, she's going to get her. Oh, look at this, McMahon.
Wait a minute. What kind of
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. That's it.
put
That is it.
incredible pressure on the small of the
It's
back?
all over. The referee's saying ring the bell, isn't he?
And who would blame Alundra if she had given up right there, but she did not.
Look at that champion!
I think she did give up, McMahon.
Indeed not.
Look at her face. She's crying. She is actually crying.
Look out, come on, ref. Come on.
There you go.
Yes, here we go. 1, 2. Oh, my. Oh, just when you were ready to count out Alundra Blaze. Wait a minute, here we go.
Break it on!
Alundra Blaze having problems, wrist lock applied.
Not ever seen Alundra Blaze take this much punishment in a match.
And still be resilient enough to do that. 1, 2, and... Oh, my.
Where that little weight advantage you talked about comes in handy right there.
Bull Nakano
Look at your right champion!
trying to figure out what she has to do. Oh, be quiet, Luna. What does she have to do? Bull Nakano to defeat Alundra Blaze. Off the rope. Nice maneuver to part of Alundra. And again.
Yeah. She's yanking him down by the hair.
Blaze in the jam, yeah. Uncover. This could do it too. Yeah. No. And Alundra Blaze a bit frustrated here.
Yeah, she's realizing
What
she
does
can't beat the Bull.
What does she have to do?
What's she going for here? Pile driver? She'll break her hair. She'll break her hair, McMahon.
Break her what?
Her hair.
Alundra Blaze trying to get Bull Nakano out. But
Oh, yeah.
Bull obviously the stronger of the two.
And the prettier. This could be it.
A cover. And not much
What?
there. Off the rope. Alundra missing. Oh, Bull Nakano. On target. Nakano setting up Blaze now. Whips her to the buckle. From behind. Trevor maneuver in. Trying to use the backslide. 1, 2. No.
No.
Blaze off the rope. Blaze in.
Oh,
No. Oh, new champion. No.
man.
We almost got a new WWF Women's Champion right there.
They count faster than that in Japan, McMahon.
And the slam. And Nakano, what's she gonna do now?
Well, this is it. This is it.
The Lady Bull going out. Look at that look on her face.
Yeah, 240 pounds. Get ready.
We go from the Chicago Bulls to Bull Nakano to the Bulls. Yes. Suplex, German suplex, yes. What a tremendous victory here tonight. Listen to this ovation. A tremendous competitor, a tremendous role model for all the young female athletes.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. It is for the World Wrestling Federation's Women's Championship. Introducing first, currently in the ring from Japan, weighing 200 pounds, World Wrestling
Bull Nakano, the
Federation's
WWF
Women's
Women's Champion,
Nakano.
defending a title. Where is Cornette? Oh, well, too late now. Yeah! Here we go!
From Tampa, Florida, Alundra Blaze.
Bull Nakano defeated Alundra Blaze, ladies and gentlemen, in Japan for the WWF Championship. But we're talking about America. We're talking about Poughkeepsie, New York. We're talking live Monday Night Raw. Whoa! And Cornette, where have you been? I can't hear you. Where have you been? Oh, no, look at that.
That's one of those audio problems everybody's been talking about around here. Stop the presses. I've got a contract signed right here in my hand.
What are you talking about?
Next week, right here on Monday Night Raw, 1, 2, 3 Kid, Bob Holly, and Bret Hart against Hakushi, Owen Hart, and Yokozuna in a 6-man tag next week on Monday Night Raw.
Look at this. A clothesline by Bull Nakano. And Alundra Blaze is in trouble here in the early stages of this matchup. And whoa, oh my goodness.
Ha! I knew it, Beauty and the Beast. And as far as I'm concerned, Bull Nakano is the beauty.
And look at this, Bull Nakano again. Come on, ref, stop that.
Didn't take me long to sign that match, Vince. Did I miss anything? Huh?
Did you miss it? Oh, clothesline by Bull Nakano. Bull Nakano and Alundra Blaze, two extraordinary competitors. One, yeah, right across the chest, a cover, and a kick out by Alundra Blaze.
Alundra Blaze, look at her background. She's got martial arts training. She's been
women.
a professional kickboxer. I mean, she's a dream date come true. Wouldn't you love to go out with her? If you didn't pay for dinner, she'd beat the snot out of you.
Bull Nakano in control at the moment, and Alundra Blaze trying to find a measure of escape. How would you like to have dinner with Bull?
I would love that. As a matter of fact, she's a personal friend of me and my secretary, Miss Squignowski. We dine out all the time. Got wonderful table manners. You should have seen last November the celebration in Japan when Bull Nakano won the World Wrestling Federation Women's title from Alundra Blaze. It was amazing. The whole country shut down for a whole day.
Good.
Yeah. They were throwing confetti in the streets. Nobody got on the subway that day.
Bull Nakano.
Would have been a good thing.
In complete control. Come on, ref. And Bull Nakano will do everything she can to successfully defend the WWF Women's Championship. Oh my goodness, what a bulldog. And remember, Alundra can only win the title if she pins. Oh my God! Oh, a major submit. Oh, canvas again.
Good night.
And Alundra Blaze. With a clothesline, indeed, a series of them, and now it's Alundra with the momentum. Off the rope, kick to the face.
Alundra Blaze has found the secret to extinguishing this fire that Bull Nakano had, and that is by going to the air. High impact maneuvers taking her down. Bull Nakano, 255. She's got the weight advantage. Alundra's got to keep going to the air.
And she does indeed. The WWF Women's Championship will recover. No, not quite. Bull Nakano is tough, no question of it.
She's not going to get Nakano to give up that easy. No, Nakano ain't going to lay down for nobody.
Back down, look at this, and fuck it. Do it! Somehow, Alundra Blaze kicking out of that, and that was almost the equivalent of Yokozuna in the men's division.
That's one way to put that Blaze out.
And a bit of a sharpshooter type. No, look at that. What a submission maneuver. Look at that.
Mackerel. That's a cross between a bow and arrow, a Boston Crab, and a single figure 4 leg lock.
Nakano asking Alundra Blaze if she surrenders. Oh, come on, Rab. Illegal hair pull.
I defy even Jim Ross to come up with a name for that.
Now, if that had been Roddy Piper in there, you may have heard Alundra Blaze say, I quit. I don't know. And look out. Alundra Blaze.
Have you noticed Piper sticks his nose in everything at WrestleMania?
1, 2, a pole driver, and almost a count of 3.
She didn't quite get her straight down. She was falling to the side. She couldn't control her weight because a pile driver effectively applied, especially to any woman, is going to signify the end of that match.
What a drop kick. Look at that maneuver. A drop kick. And look on the top from Alundra Blaze. Incredible maneuvering. Back into the ring, Alundra Blaze. With momentum. Nakano right back in as well. And now 2. Oh my goodness, almost a count of 3.
It's only a matter of time now. You can see Nakano. She's getting stronger. Alundra's throwing the book at her, and she keeps on coming. She said Sikazoi.
She said what?
Sikazoi.
Well over 200 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. From the top, the champion, Nakano. Forget about it. 1, 2, and no, a kick out. A kick out. Alundra Blaze kicked out.
I do not believe it.
Alundra Blaze. Look at this from the top. There's a drop kick on the left. And back to live action. Almost a count of 3. And watch this maneuvering now from the top. That was Alundra before. Back to live action now.
There's a block.
Off
Over the head. She's German suplex.
1, 2.
Shades of Carl Gotch. That was amazing.
Unbelievable. What a bridge. And another one. 1, 2, and no. Still can't get her. What a hard-fought matchup.
It's hard to hold a 250-pound woman. You ought to know that. I'm sure you've tried enough.
Alundra Blaze. What's she doing? High risk, but no. Can't quite make it up into the outside.
She caught the steps. She caught those metal steps. She's got to be handled. I'm going out of my mind here.
Wait a minute. Nakano. Missing. Nakano going after Alundra Blaze on the outside to the ropes. And Alundra missed.
On the floor. On the floor. It doesn't count out there.
Oh, it counts all right. It counts, in fact. Oh, no, look at this.
Watch out, cameraman.
And Alundra Blaze must be worried about a count out. If there is a count out, the matchup will be over. She may win the match, but she won't win the title.
I think the referee was almost there. He was almost there, but both these girls have got to be hurting.
A slam, no question of it. Much like Bam Bam Bigelow and Lawrence Taylor. They're hurting as well. Look at this from the top. Yes. Nobody home. A moonsault and nobody home.
Another.
Yes.
The winner of the match and new World Wrestling Federation's Women's Champion,
Alundra Blaze once again. The WWF Women's Champion. What a victory. What a matchup.
All right, Mike, we've got women's action coming up. And just a few moments ago, you saw some sights and sounds of North Korea. Well, now the North Koreans are going to get some sights and sounds of the Japanese wrestling women. And this is going to be great.
Yeah, and I think it will be a terrific introduction as well for our American viewers. We see the tag team of Mariko Yoshida in the white outfit leading the way to the ring, accompanied by her tag team partner, Manami Toyota.
Manami Toyota, a very attractive young lady and a tremendous athlete.
She reminds me of my sister.
I've never met your sister. You've never been so kind as to make the introduction. I need to talk to you about that.
There's a reason for that.
The opposition for Toyota and Yoshida, two of the most famous wrestlers on the distaff side in Japan. They work for the All Japan Women's Group, and they are Bull Nakano and Akira Hokuto, as we see Yoshida and Toyota being introduced to the crowd.
Now, again, Mike, I can't even begin to explain to you the culture shock that the North Koreans must be going through right now, because you're talking about the most conservative culture of people that I have ever been exposed to anywhere. And here they're getting a look at some pretty extreme-looking women. I don't care what anybody says. This is on the cutting edge of bizarre.
This is Bull Nakano leading the way to the ring for her team with the blue hair. And then behind her, of course, Akira Hokuto in the kabuki mask.
Please, not the blue hair, look the beautiful kimono they're wearing.
Hard to get by the blue hair. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's a great kimono, but it's a little tough to get by that blue hair.
Eric, so superficial. Gotta see through the beauty of the artwork.
Yeah, okay. We're going to talk about seeing through the beauty of Bull Nakano all night long. One thing that I think we will all agree on is you're going to see a tremendous display of wrestling action here, despite the outward appearance of the athletes and the contestants, because this is going to be exciting. We've seen Bull Nakano in the past. We know what she's capable of. Toyota, a very, very dynamic athlete.
Pound for pound among the best wrestling in the world. And interesting to note, as we see Yoshida introduced, there are thousands of applications each year to become a wrestler with the All Japan Women. They give the top 100 individuals a tryout. They narrow that down to just a half a dozen to attend their brutal training camp. And maybe out of that half dozen, 2 or 3 will survive to have one match.
Yeah. I did like that, knocking on your hotel room door about 6 o'clock in the morning.
Please, John.
Bull Nakano is in many ways similar to Big Van Vader, and we're not talking about just looks. She happens to hold world's titles in U.S., Japan, and Mexico during her career, much as Vader has, and we see Nakano start off with the offense with Hokuto.
Hokuto and Bull Nakano double teaming here. Yoshida in a lot of trouble. Toyota in there. We got all 4 ladies in there now. The referee's got his hands full.
Oh, double clothesline by Nakano sends both Toyota and Yoshida reeling.
Bull Nakano probably, without question, the strongest of the 4 women in the ring. I think Toyota possibly the fastest. Oh, my goodness. Did you see that clothesline?
Clotheslined her right out of her boots. Nakano right at the 200-pound mark with quite a weight advantage over Toyota.
All right, now Toyota feeling like she just got hit by a Dodge Ram. Nakano very aggressive, spends a lot of time on the hair. Nice move by Toyota. Toyota so fast, makes her way up to the middle. Turnbuckle comes off. She didn't quite get the kicks.
Missile drop kick attempt, and now nails her this time right in the chest.
Toyota with a cover, referee in position, getting about a 2 count. Pretty tough to get an early count like that on an athlete as tough as Bull Nakano. Yoshida in there now. Yoshida picking up where Toyota left off. Bull Nakano coming off the ring, sets up, running clothesline. Tag, nope, didn't see the tag.
Big power slam, and now a chance for Hokuto off the top with a splash.
Great tag team action there. Both of these women obviously know each other very well. Perfect execution and timing here. Yoshida coming off the ropes, took a kick right to the jaw.
Even our ladies are trained in martial arts.
I guess so. Trained in wrestling too, as that was a vicious pile driver.
Short pile driver by Hokuto gets just a 2 count. Hokuto to the wrestling fans is known as the Dangerous Queen. As far as nicknames go, among the wrestlers, they call her the Mummy as she tries for what looks like she's going to set her up for the Rito Romero special.
Well, the Dangerous Queen just attacked the hamstrings, and then heading up now, she is going for a submission here.
And rocks back into the upside-down surfboard move. That is the Rito Romero special. Hokuto among the wrestlers is known as the Mummy. because of so many injuries she's had. She seems to be taped from head to toe before each match.
I can see why, with action like this. I'd want to own stock in Johnson & Johnson. Bull Nakano now. Again, going for the submission. Toyota rather helpless on the outside. She'd love to make a tag here. The referee's definitely in control of the action. And again, a submission attempt by Bull Nakano. This time Toyota, she can't take it anymore. She steps in. Referee sends her out.
Nakano, vicious clubbing blow to the back.
Hokuto off the top rope, comes off with the elbow. Toyota again, she's probably the freshest of the three athletes in there right now. Masawa Hattori, though, doing a good job. He's got his eye on her. He knows she wants to get into the action. Masawa Hattori, great referee. I believe he was a member of the Japanese Olympic team.
He was former amateur wrestling star, as you mentioned.
Cover. Only a 2 count and a nice back bridge. Yoshida's tough. She's taking a lot of punishment here. Coming off the ropes. Cartwheel off the rope, sets up. Crossbody block. Hokuto in trouble there. Nice crossbody block. She's got her rocking and reeling. Irish whip coming across the ring. Nice cartwheel into an elbow.
Shades of the great Muta there with that handspring elbow.
Another Irish whip. Does she set up again? She does. Elbow again, this time to the midsection. Hokuto is down. She is in trouble. Yoshida in control of the action. Sets up. Up and over. Reverse cradle with a back bridge. And only a 1 count. And here is some frustration there. She's going after, I thought she was going after Masawa Hattori. I was going to say, that's going to be a big mistake.
Oh, Hokuto stops Yoshida on top. Looks like she's going to go to the top for a superplex off the top rope.
Tremendous move. Cover. 1, 2, and Yoshida rolls the shoulder. This is great action.
Terrific action among these 4 women. Interesting to note as we see Nakano come off, and Nakano nails Hokuto, sends her reeling. Tag to Toyota from the top.
Oh, Toyota. Great move off the top rope, but boy, did she pay. Bull Nakano in there now with Toyota. Toyota in trouble. Nakano sets up, pile driver. 2. Wow. That was close.
What a power bomb by Bull.
Eric, I think North Korean men are just totally speechless at this point.
2. Toyota.
Oh, what a roll-up attempt there that she worked her way right out of the power bomb, and Toyota almost with the pinfall.
I think what we're seeing here now, Mike, is the fact that Toyota's had so much time outside of the ring. She's really picked up the pace of the action here.
Oh, Bull reverses with a double suplex of her own.
Bull Nakano makes a tag. Hokuto comes off the top, nobody there. Nakano's down. Toyota now going after Hokuto. Hokuto's in a lot of trouble here. Double Irish whip. Coming off the ropes. Double drop kick. I was going to say, she needs a break.
Great offense here by Toyota and Yoshida.
Yoshida going through the ropes, out onto the floor, takes both opponents down.
What a dive there by Yoshida. And here goes Manami Toyota to the top. Springboard plunge off the top rope all the way to the floor.
Textbook offense here by Yoshida and Toyota. Body slam. Toyota again, very fast-paced action, hesitating a little bit here. Could be a mistake. Comes off the top rope. Hattori, Hattori was right there. Only a 2 count, though.
Toyota with one of her favorite finishing holds, the moonsault, but gets only 2. Oh, this is another of her favorite holds here as she sets her up. This is an Ocean Cyclone suplex. It's blocked into a reverse victory roll.
A lot of frustration here, and I'll tell you one thing that's quite obvious to me is all 4 of these ladies in tremendous physical condition. Back suplex with the bridge. 1, 2. Irish whip into the corner. Yoshida, oh man, balanced like a cat, hooks a leg and almost sticks Nakano. Bull Nakano in a lot of trouble there. Drop kick, misses. Off the ropes, drop kick again. Didn't really get much of Nakano. They did that time. Double your pleasure, double your fun. And Yoshida and Toyota missed with the double clothesline. Hokuto off the top. Takes both Toyota and Yoshida down.
Beautiful drop kick there by Hokuto. And now Nakano goes to the floor. And Bull's going to take both Toyota and Yoshida. High-risk maneuver coming up by Hokuto. Wow! Oh, unbelievable. Off the top rope with that flip into a double clothesline onto the floor.
Well, Nakano coming up the top rope, leg drop right across the top of the chest. I believe she took the chin out. 1, 2, 3, Misawa Hattori finishes this one. It is over. Your winners, Bull Nakano and Hokuto.
What an effort here. Bull Nakano and Akira Hokuto with the victory over Manami Toyota and Mariko Yoshida. And everything really went down to the finish, where it was Bull using her favorite hold, that diving guillotine leg drop off the top, gaining the pinfall win. Bull Nakano and Akira Hokuto with the win here in Korea.
The next contest here at World War III Tag Team Action, featuring the women wrestlers from Japan. Introducing team number 1, both from Saitama, Japan. Total combined weight 261 pounds. The team of Cutie Suzuki and Mayumi Ozaki.
All right, the Nature Boy Ric Flair is prepared to go, and we're prepared to bring you what should be a very exciting, high-flying, interesting matchup here on WCW's World War III. Cutie Suzuki, Mayumi Ozaki, as the ladies from Japan are with us here in World War III. And also here with us a man who garners the hotline each Monday and Thursday, Mike Tenay. Mike, good to have you with us here at ringside.
Great to be with you. It's great to see WCW expanding its international boundaries to bring the top stars to the United States from Japan.
Let's go back now to Dave Fincher.
Ladies and gentlemen, their opponents first, from Kawaguchi, Japan, 180 pounds, Bull Nakano. Her partner from Tokyo, weighing 145 pounds, Akira Hokuto.
Tony, the missus is here.
I tell you heard Dave Fincher say Bull Nakano at 180 pounds, and she's quite a legend in ladies wrestling in Japan, right, Mike?
She certainly is, Tony, and what we have here in the tag team of Bull Nakano and Akira Hokuto are 2 future Japanese Wrestling Hall of Famers. This is a very interesting matchup between these 4 women. This is actually for the bragging rights in Japan. It's an interpromotional battle. It's a huge story in the Orient. 2 teams that normally would not be wrestling each other. Akira Hokuto and Bull Nakano representing the All Japan Women promotion. Ozaki and Suzuki representing the rival JWP group. And I think if you'll notice that army of photographers that we have at ringside here that will chronicle this every move, this is a huge story in Japan.
You know, if you look real close at Bull Nakano, she could wear Abe Lincoln's hat.
There you see.
It's the only hat she could wear.
There you see Sonny Ono, who was you should say because just yesterday he was thrown off of WCW Pro Wrestling.
I'm sure setback.
I'm sure he's going to be looking for some money back from you.
Stop it.
And we'll get into that.
Signed, sealed, and delivered. These are beautiful Japanese women.
All 4 of these women are between the ages of 26 and 28 years old. The amazing thing about that, there's 45 years of ring experience among the 4. Bull Nakano now in her 13th year as a pro.
Wow. Here we go. Watch out, Randy Anderson, because these ladies are not going to waste any time. If you've never seen ladies wrestling from Japan, you're in for a treat now. Here's a double team, and they send Mayumi down.
The last time I saw 4 ladies like this fight was at Bloomingdale's in Japan.
Ozaki is in there with Nakano. And that is what you call a
bad hair day.
A big hair takedown.
from a strategy standpoint, it would seem that Ozaki and Suzuki are in a real catch-22 here. They obviously cannot match size and strength with Bull Nakano as we're seeing now. If their mindset is to open things up with some aerial tactics, then they play right into the game of Akira Hokuto, who's waiting on the outside.
And there's Hokuto right now, up on top, right between the shoulder blades. And so the first opening surge of offense, Hokuto and Bull Nakano here. Look at this submission hold. You know, they're known for their high-flying ability, as you see Randy Anderson trying to tell Cutie Suzuki to get down on the apron of the ring, but also for their submission holds as well.
And they're so dedicated, these people. I mean, they train constantly. This is their life. This is just not a job. This isn't just something they do on the weekends because they got laid off at the laundromat. This is their life. They live, eat, and breathe wrestling 24 hours a day. Like you said, what's your name, Mike?
Mike Tenay, Bobby. Bobby, each year the All Japan Women's Promotion receives hundreds of applications from young girls throughout the U.S. and Japan. Only the top 100 receive basic tryouts. Maybe a half a dozen are chosen for a brutal, brutal training camp, and then possibly only 2 or 3 will actually survive each year and actually become pro wrestlers.
How about that big scandal last year when they caught Oker when they were signing up? He had that full wig on and that Japanese outfit, kimono. He was just trying to...
Where do you come up with this?
Oh, I have Woodrow, my spy. He tells me everything.
Woodrow. I tell you, Cutie Suzuki has seen enough, but Bull Nakano just will not let go of the hair. There's just too much power on that side.
I mean, this Bull Nakano, I thought she could bench press 500 pounds. Look at the powerful thighs on that
Why
woman.
don't you try to get an interview with her later, Brain? You're the broadcast journalist.
I talk fluently Japanese.
Ozaki, and Hokuto comes down and sends Ozaki. Pretty much it's been a double team on Ozaki. Cutie Suzuki has not come in at all except to try to make saves. What action we are seeing here at World War III. And Bull Nakano just absorbing the blows from Ozaki here.
Tony, Bull Nakano holds a very unique distinction in that she has held 3 different versions of the World's Championship with belts recognized in the United States, Mexico, as well as Japan.
I can believe that. Let's take a look at what she's done in this match so far. And look at this double team. Tied up in the rope, there's Ozaki. And Hokuto is up on top with extra added leverage.
Hirohito?
No. Akira Hokuto. Did you do any homework to prepare for these things?
Yeah, but you mumble so much.
Oh, it's a form of a DDT that time, and a tag, and finally Cutie Suzuki makes her way in.
She's a cutie, all right.
And a drop kick. Suzuki lateral press, we've got a 2. And that was the closest near fall we've had. Watch out for Bull Nakano on the other side. The half crab is on and met by Ozaki. Ozaki with a Boston crab on. And a half crab in the center of the ring. The legal wrestlers are on the left. Suzuki and Hokuto.
Who's legal?
I just said Suzuki and Hokuto.
Oh, excuse me. How stupid of me not to pick up on that.
Cutie Suzuki ahead of steam on the other side, getting the foot in to the midsection.
Absolute non-stop action here in Norfolk as we see Cutie Suzuki head for the ropes. They've got that leg draped over the bottom strand, and she cannonballs down on top of Hokuto's leg twice. Bull Nakano and Akira Hokuto were a tag team earlier this year in North Korea at a 2-night event that shattered all wrestling attendance records. Over 150,000 people were on hand each night, and at that Pyongyang Sports Festival, Akira Hokuto met Kensuke Sasaki, who is WCW's new United States champion for the first time. Believe it or not, Akira Hokuto and Sasaki were engaged on their first date. They were recently married in Japan.
So how about that? Husband and wife here wrestling tonight. That's got to be a first.
And Lonnie dumped Burt. So what?
It's WCW. Here comes Suzuki, but she kicked her partner that time, and Ozaki goes down hard on the floor. And now Bull Nakano.
I mean, you don't see any better action anyplace. This is tremendous.
Bull Nakano up on top. 180 pounds and a moonsault. It missed. Ozaki now.
Ozaki. A pair of double foot stomps off the ropes from the team of Ozaki and Suzuki. And again, Ozaki right to the midsection of Nakano.
Suzuki.
That's known as the Hiroshima.
1, 2.
Heimlich.
Yeah, I guess it is. Got a 2 count. You're talking to 4 ladies who are going at it 110%, Mike, like you said, bragging rights for Japanese lady wrestlers.
When's the last time? You ever see a double suplex?
Never, ever. Hokuto missed. The quickness of Ozaki and Suzuki. And Bull Nakano now double kicked on the outside. Here comes a double suplex on the other. Nope, they're going to put her up on the top.
Double superplex. It looks like they're setting up now as Ozaki and Suzuki get Hokuto, but here comes Nakano to break it up.
Bull Nakano just pulled both down.
Kind of like a bouncer in a bar.
A double team that time.
Tremendous cross body block by Hokuto off the top.
Now both in. Sending Suzuki and Ozaki in. They both take him down. 1, 2.
No.
Got a 2 count that time.
Spectacular double Hurricanrana move at this time. And now both Ozaki and Suzuki head to the top ropes.
They are both perched up. Down goes Bull Nakano from Cutie Suzuki. Suzuki is going to cover the right one and gets only a 2 count. I want to give Randy Anderson a lot of credit. He has stayed in there with some fast and furious action. There's a form of a dragon suplex. 1, 2. Kind of a half Nelson suplex that time.
Well, how could you not beat her with that?
That's the Tequila Sunrise. She calls it her favorite finishing hold, that half Nelson German suplex.
Oh, no.
A bridge suplex. Hitting hard Ozaki that time. Tag. Bull Nakano in. Oh, my.
You got to understand something. These women here don't have the necks of a hacksaw Jim Duggan or a guy like that. They can break bones at any given time.
1, 2, save by Suzuki from the outside. You know, it's pretty obvious that when she gets going, Bull Nakano can just dominate a match, Mike.
Well, it's a situation here where we're seeing the resilience of Ozaki and Suzuki because simply they're outweighed and outpowered by Nakano. We'll see how long they can withstand the punishment.
They missed the double clothesline. Hokuto comes off, gets both down with a drop kick from the top. She's up on top again, but Bull Nakano down low.
Hokuto up top. She may be setting up for a flip splash.
I've seen it all. I have seen it all.
And it looked like Suzuki that time may have hurt her knee as the flip splash from the top from Hokuto was on target.
Well, how could you not hurt yourself, Tony?
Hokuto's back up. Bull Nakano is holding up Ozaki.
Oh my.
A flip in midair. And a lateral press. 1, 2. Did it get her or not? No. Suzuki made a desperation save to stop the count. And I'm not so sure that was a good thing to do or not, because her partner's going to take a little bit more punishment now.
Uh-oh, here goes Nakano to the top. She's known for her guillotine leg drop.
Let's see if she connects with it. Oh, yeah! The guillotine leg drop. 1, 2, 3, it's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, the team of Bull Nakano and Akira Hokuto.
Two ladies, you know each other quite well. This is their 3rd match. Medusa has 2 wins on Bull Nakano. And, you know, Sonny Ono, who's been a big factor in the success of athletes from New Japan Pro Wrestling and Japanese athletes in general in WCW, brings this lady in once again. Even though these things have happened to her, you can't deny her ability in the ring.
No, I'm gonna tell you what, she is like a goddess, if you will, in her native country. I mean, she is like royalty. She's like Keith Griffith Jr. over there. I mean, little people follow her around everywhere. She's a great athlete. Bottom line, both matches with Medusa, this here, the rubber match, the best 2 out of 3, I guess. But both of Medusa won by the skin of her teeth, and both of them were controversial. I mean that. And what does Bobby Heenan say about this hairdo? She's the only woman that can wear Abraham Lincoln's lid.
That's what it said.
That's for you, Bobby Brain,
right.
my man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you, our thanks to Bobby Heenan and Gene Oakland for the brand new main event this morning. Kind of a pregame show through the entire weekend, including Monday WCW Pro debuts
I'm excited.
tomorrow night. The Dream,
5:05.
Chris Cruz, and Larry Zbyszko, like you said, at 5:05 p.m. Eastern Time on TBS. The Pro moves to Sunday night.
Very excited about that situation right here. And Medusa needs to understand that both the game plans were good in there with Bull Nakano before. But in one, like I say, in one different time, Sonny Ono caused one of the watch him nunchuck. She got nunchuck.
And look, Randy Anderson arguing with Sonny Ono as the nunchucks hit Medusa right in the midsection.
I kind of double her over, poor little thing.
Watch out.
Girl.
Yanks the hair and drags her down. Oh, that looks so painful, Dream.
It does look painful. I know.
It's a wonder more.
Remember that night we were in Omaha?
I've never been in Omaha with you.
Yes, you have.
Don't start with me. In the corner. Here it is again. Oh!
What did Lois think of that tattoo?
Oh my goodness. She didn't like it, actually. She'll get over it. Stepping right on the forearm there of Medusa. And as Bull Nakano, so many ways to injure a person. The nunchuck's just one of them. And Medusa characteristically fighting back. This lady has a lot of fire and vigor. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, but Bull Nakano is the bigger of the two. And I believe, I was just going to say that if you'll let me do my part, which is color. Okay, she is more powerful. Now go here.
Yanking the hair once again. You know, that move looks so painful. I'm surprised that more men don't use that hold. Just yanking by the hair and throwing down. Or maybe bite him in the scalp. For crying out loud. Did you see
what
that?
are you talking about?
Did you see what she was doing?
Biting her in the scalp.
In the scalp. Bite a chunk out of her noggin. Here's a 1, 2.
You think biting in the scalp is any different than taking somebody over and raising the guy's armpit and rubbing his nose in it? Yeah. I mean, the girl's just as bad as the boys. Yeah, you know what I mean?
You're not kidding.
I'm telling you. And there's some girls worse than the boys.
Boy, you're not kidding.
And that worse word ain't good, so it's at home you teachers don't get mad. Is she trying here? Is this the some type of, what is this?
It's almost
a
like
scorpion, deadlock. No, into a bow and arrow.
That's exactly what it is.
Wow,
a
that's
standing
painful.
bow and arrow is what it is, and she's pulling back. Medusa has the legs grapevine, almost like a Texas Cloverleaf combination.
Yeah, and Mike Tenay was here, he would say that's a Dungeness crab or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mike Tenay is the Wrestling Insider, the man who's on the hotline 2 times a week. And the man who joins us.
Gene Oakland.
That's exactly right. The man who joins us on our pay-per-view telecast. Over the top goes Medusa. Here comes Bull Nakano. Medusa pulls her down to the floor.
When she pulled that rope there, when she went over, Bull Nakano's weight took out, but Medusa helped a little bit. High-risk maneuver off top.
Connects. Medusa from the top. Sending Bull Nakano down. Watch out. He's got him by the hair.
Get your hands off her.
Oh, my. Allowed a big sledgehammer blow from Bull Nakano. And watch out now. Into the steps.
Well, that was a pointed. You know, she got the point of that right there in her hip bone, and that really hurts. I'm telling you, it's like a stone bruise on your hip. You can't stand on your feet with a stone bruise, and you can't sit on your butt top.
Well, you're not
if
kidding.
you got a stone bruise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the words of Forrest Gump, butt top.
Medusa comes out with an armbar. This is a submission hold, and Bull Nakano saw that coming. She got to the ropes.
Yeah, she did. Bull Nakano did the right thing. But I guarantee you, Medusa got a handful tonight. I really mean, they got it rolled up. Trying to get it.
Oh, 1, 2. Did not get her.
That was close. He was right there. I guarantee I'm glad to see one of our referees still in the ball game.
Sending Medusa in. She connects with the middle turnbuckle, but missed that time. Uh-oh. This big lady's going out, but this could be trouble. Medusa! How about that head scissor?
How about that head scissor? Got her over right there, too. Now can she put her weight? Hitting them ropes coming off. Up top.
Into a powerbomb. 1,
Look at the ropes.
2. She got the ropes. 3. She's got the win.
Bull Nakano beat Medusa right here on Saturday night. Look at Sonny Ono.
A powerbomb.
Oh, man.
They embraced. She also used the ropes.
Excited.
And Medusa.
Oh, look at this. Get away from here.